Yes. Yay. Oh my gosh. Ah. So, namaste. Welcome. Happy new moon. Nan Akasha here. I had a very interesting time getting in here energetically. I find it fascinating. I literally had to re enter passwords for my computer, for my Google accounts, for my everything, and then again, and then again, and then on this browser, and then on that browser. So, um, very interesting way to start our new moon. So, happy new moon! This is a new moon. It's called a black moon because it is the second new moon in December in the same month. Okay. So make sure that whatever you do as you get ready to go into the new year. This is a rare and unusual kind of experience, having this new moon right now. And whenever you have rare energies, you want to pay attention because every moment literally won't exist again, does exist, will always exist. Everything you think and do is put out there as a thing. So be sure it's something you want to give, right? Um, and what we're feeling right now is a lot of different things. It's been a very intense year. The year of the dragon continues for still several weeks because the Chinese New Year doesn't come till the end of January. So check back. We're doing a lot of stuff around the Chinese New Year, around the year of the snake or the serpent. It's a feminine year. It's a very powerful year, and it is going to shed. We are going to shed. We are going to strip. We're changing planets. A lot of stuff is happening. And it's a very powerful year. That is if you can prepare yourself to say, I am not controlled by others. I am not influenced by drama and all this, everything in the news and everything on social media and everything here. It's a show. Okay. It's a show and it's not your show. And so, unless it's lifting you up and freeing your mind and making you feel full of joy, peace, harmony, bliss, and all of the things that are going to create a life you want, unplug from it. This is a new moon in the traditional sense, which I'll review in a second. And this is a rare new moon, a second new moon in December, the last month of 2024, and a black moon. Black is a power color. Make sure you watch, make sure you subscribe, please, and share and put notifications. Check the show we did last week with the master astrologer Donna Stellhorn and everything we talked about. We talked about this new moon. We talked about the last days leading into the new year, which is coming up, right? In the next few days. We talked about a lot of details. So get her information on that. And then we talked about the key energies that are happening in 2025. So that's probably a video you want to tag so you can go back to review every so often. And I will be having her on more often. And we do the spiritual weather reports on a regular basis for the biggest activities in the cosmos because we are one. We are stars and we are earth. We are divine and we are human. And we're balancing those two worlds. We're expanding into multidimensionality. We're waking up. There's a big hot mess going on around the world, but it doesn't mean it's bad. So we have to unplug from all of those stories that people are spinning that are about tragedy and lack and you're not enough and there's not enough and this person's to blame. Step out of that because all that's going to happen if you stay in those kinds of conversations, if you maintain those kinds of mindsets, beliefs, these kinds of energies are going to come along and you're going to attract things you don't want. The more you think and feel and believe, your identity of yourself, literally, is what creates your reality, what creates your future moments. And you're creating them now. You've created them in the past. They're a mixture of that. The more powerful one wins. So, in the Wishes Fulfilled weekly course that we've just begun, but we have a 2-week gap now over the new year. So, we've extended the sale. We've extended the invitation to join this very special group because we're walking for 8 weeks, more than that actually, seeing as we just began together. We have a group. You can ask me questions anytime. I'm seeing you manifesting your reality. You're getting the divine laws. So our first class is instantly ready. And what happens when you listen to it is the comments are already, well, you've completely blown my mind today. I didn't understand any of this. I can see easily right now why I'm not getting the results that I want, even though I'm working hard and I'm diligent and committed and passionate about my desires or my ideal life or my doing my spiritual work or whatever it is. So everyone has experienced most of the time lack of results that they like, right? Or desires in your heart that sit dormant or quiet, waiting for you to be responsible, obligated, overworked, underpaid, stressed out, trying to chase everybody else's wants. If you're past that, congratulations. Then there's the next step of being afraid of your own power, right? Then you start to hit the beliefs within you that say, wow, is it safe to be psychic, to be intuitive, to be magical, to be a healer, to meditate, to manifest my reality without hard work and 25 years? Effortless, easy, aligned co-creative manifestation is what you're meant to do here. You're not meant to be over here suffering, struggling, working, chasing, pushing. I spent most of my life doing that, and thankfully, about 35 to 40 years now, starting to unravel that to discover who really am I. So these cosmic moments we celebrate, full moons, new moons, eclipses, solstices, equinoxes, these and other things are fascinating because what do? They give us an opportunity for a different energy. It's like having a visiting expert coming by, right? Like, here's your average energies you happen to be going through right now, whatever that is now, because the cosmos is changing all the time. We've just entered Capricorn season. It's very important that you understand the Capricorn energy of this new moon we're sitting in right now. That's also in a lot in the video with Donna. What I do want to say about the new moon, the Capricorn aspect of the new moon, is we move from Sagittarius, fire, okay, fun, philosophy, really high mind, freedom, movement, changeability, right? And we're moved into earth, but it is a watery earth because it's a sea goat. So a Capricorn is a goat, and that energy is earthy, and it's determined, and it's hardworking, and it's steady, and it's sure-footed, and it can climb up any challenge. And there's not a lot of compassion, but great humor and fairness. A lot in the Capricorn energies. But the key with Capricorn is just settle in, understand there's something you want. You cannot avoid that in Capricorn energy. And the reason I'm teaching this wishes fulfilled in this way is that we have moved ourselves finally. And this is a mystery school class. That means that I'm teaching you secrets of the universe, divine laws. If you don't follow these laws, you're not going to win the game. You're not going to enjoy the game. You're not going to want to play the game. And the game is called life in a body on earth. Nothing has power over you, but you feel like all of it has, or some of it now, I hope. I truly have one goal, one wish, one vision in this moment, and it is to completely align with my, and therefore you with your divine self, the truth of who you are. Not that you're this person who's been traumatized by that and abused by this, and you failed at that, and you succeeded at this, and this person betrayed you, and that person told you you weren't good enough, and you don't have enough money, and you didn't get to do this thing you wanted, and whatever else. Okay. So whether you're like, I'm living the greatest life ever, this is so awesome. I know that inside of you, there's something that wants to be bloomed. And if you're living this life like, I can't believe I ended up here, it's time for me to move out of this place. I'm done. That's perfect. For all of it, don't hate anything, don't blame anything, just decide something different, make a preference, and shift. In this dark new moon, black new moon, is planting seeds. We go into the new moon knowing that it's new. It's like a womb where you seed, you impregnate your divine self, your life, your body. If this is your vision, this is your imagined reality that you wish for, you need to know what it is. You need to define it and describe it and keep making it more and more real and living in it and imagining in it and thinking from it and not seeing yourself in it, but stepping inside of it and living inside of it. This is what I'm teaching you from science of imagination, divine laws of the universe, and all of the magic, which means all of the support that is out there in every realm. If you woke up from the horrible beliefs that we've all been given and are still bullied onto people, that you're silly if you see things that aren't here, or that you believe you can have something that doesn't look possible to the average person. Impossible is not reality, but if you choose it, it will keep appearing that way. So turn impossible into it's possible and plant seeds of possibility in this new moon. Okay. Now, I'm sort of giving you part of the class here because I'm so passionate about this. I have done so much study, so much work. I have gone down so many paths. I'm a homeopathic doctor. I'm a hypnotherapist. I spent 5 years mastering that. I've done so many energy work certifications and courses. I've done radionics and all kinds of shamanic work, all kinds of priestess work, all kinds of mystery school work. I kept going wherever the door opened that was giving me an answer to my question. And at the time, my question was, who am I? How do I find peace? And what's underneath that? What's easier, faster, and more effective? So the answers I got led me through decades, right, of finding these teachers and these paths and these experiences and these explosive out of body, traveling shamanic deaths and everything else. And what happens is that all of this starts to reveal to you things that you are, things that you were, things that you can be. So this new moon is super special because to me, this is an opportunity to plant the seeds for the next year, not just the next 30 days. Now, your seeds will come to fruition in the full moon, so to speak. These are energetic shifts and cycles that are supporting us. This is a good time to think about what you want. Go within the stillness, go into the blackness, go into the womb, and think about what you wish for, and then bless your seeds and feel positive, loving things about your seeds, and visualize yourself doing wonderful things. And then take the energies that are in this particular moon or any one you're doing this in. So we're going to take the Capricorn energies and we're going to say, thank you. I know that I have ease and grace with, if it's hard work, if I have to travel up some challenges or climb some mountains, it's not a problem, right? I have a great sense of humor about this. Bring that in and say, I thank you for being with me as I plant these seeds for this year and this next month. And these can be goals and things you want in 2 days, 2 months, 2 years. It isn't that it has to be the next year. I'm just telling you that's one of the reasons this is rare energy. Anytime you have rare energy, take advantage of it. Okay, bottle it up, put some water out tonight in the moon in a jar, some pure, beautiful water. You can put crystals in there if you feel like it. You can put your crystals out. You can put a big bowl of your crystals in water with some salt or anything else you feel called to. I'm really into rosemary right now. These are forms of easy earth magic, easy natural things that are here to support you. Their energies are medicinal in the fact that they have an effect on your mood or your body or your clarity or your mind or your energy. All right. So everything has a medicine, including you. What do you want with you? So take a moment now and decide what you want with you as we go into our new moon, new year, seed planting magic in a moment here. Now, one thing, excuse me, that was very interesting. It was like I was taking a bite of the air and a yawn sort of came up and then it was taken out of my mouth by something. Hello. So I want you, welcome Akasha. I want you to know that if you're new to me, um, I've already created the Infinity Healing Chamber. It is a sacred space between the worlds at infinity, and it is made up of sacred geometry. It's made up of sacred rays of creation. It's made up the all-seeing eye, and all of these elements are conscious elements. They're conscious divine energies, just like you. They have a particular form or personality, just like you. And they love to co-create with us. So everything I teach is about empowering you to remember you are the I am, you are the authority of your life. You're the only one that can change your life, but you don't do it by telling other people what to do, except to tell them, I'm not having that conversation now. I'm leaving this job. I'm done with this relationship. I would like this. Okay, that's fine. But never from anger, never from blame, because there's no one to blame. The cause is within you. It is coming from you. The effect is outside of you. Everything in your life, including the way people are acting, is a reflection of who you believe you are and what you think is true and possible. So my work is to help open you up to the truth that everything is possible. And everything you've been taught is not only not true, it's an illusion. Everything is imagination, but it means that you can take your imagination, that is your power. This is a science. And you pull it back and you say, no, I'm going to start living this life. This is what I want. And you jump over the how and everything else. And so we're performing sacred mysteries. We're opening the sacred mysteries and performing sacred magic every day of our lives that we choose for ourselves, that we are not influenced by others, by the past, by vows, by mindsets, by negative beliefs. We are free to do our own thinking, to do our own decision making about what we wish to manifest. Everything is already here. And if it's in your heart, it means it already exists. It's waiting for you to breathe life into it. Literally, more than you could imagine. So take some of these elements, join the Wishes Fulfilled class. Highly, highly recommend it. It is so ridiculously affordable for what you're going to get. This is a pilot program or a beta program. I'm going to be extremely involved with you. You're going to have access to me. And something that's uber priceless is the fact that you get me seeing you in your wish fulfilled. That means both of us are manifesting it. Both of us are out in the universe saying, I'm ready for that. I see her with this. That means wherever it is, it's like we're peeling the layers back to reveal where her dream is, where your dream is. So perfect in right now, one of the reasons that Spirit told me to start the class a couple days ago, before the year ended, was because of this new moon and because of the portal of the new moon, and that the next class isn't going to be till January 13th. What that does is, regardless if you join this week, you didn't miss anything. A lot of people couldn't come live. They were on vacation. So everything is recorded. We have a group. We're sharing. We're chatting. I'm helping you. Once you listen to these initial videos, you have the principles, you have the steps, you have clarity on how. And I've taken at least 3 to 5 different people's dreams, what they say they want, their goal, their wish. And I've dissected it on one of the videos showing you, okay, here's how to make this more clear. Here's how to use this, and so on. So this is a practical, hands-on, interactive how-to. If that's something you want, whether from me or someone else, put it in your seeds for the new year. So let's start thinking about, what do you want to plant for the new year? And you can have big goals, you can have little goals. What I really like are the ones that say, one, I am the one who has the most wonderful, harmonious, joyful, transformational, uh, abundant year ever. I am that person. So the first thing you're going to do going into the new year, this is my new year call for you and my new moon call. They are one. You can use this over the next several days for sure, or week, 2 weeks, a couple of weeks for sure, till the full moon, right? Because one moon influences the energy till the next big moon. So I want you to step away from the idea of making goals or resolutions, looking at what lists you didn't get done last year. I want you to only think about the last year in review, in unraveling it. So I want to unravel all that has happened, all that was, everything I thought it meant, everything I'm still stuck to, everything I'm still burdened with, everything I haven't received the gift fully from. And you're going to unravel that year. And you're asking for, it's like taking a big bag and dumping it and sorting it and saying, this is all trash. This is not needed anymore. This fear isn't needed anymore. That relationship isn't needed anymore. I never have to have that experience again. I'm willing to release this, that, the other thing. And you end up with just the gems, just the gold. You've panned for the gold and you bring that with you. Now, you're going to say, I'm planting seeds for the new year. And first of all, you want them to have, within this black moon, you are also working within your own energy field. So as your fairy goddess mother, as a shaman and a priestess, a seer, I see you. I see when you come to my classes or work with me, I also have, I think, I think I do have one spiritual mentorship spot left. And I really don't do this. I haven't done this outside of maybe 1 month of sessions for a while. So this is 3, 6, or 9 months. And it's actually on special, which happens never either. And there's a way to have a conversation with me. So you can do that. So if you work with me in a class, if you work with me in privately or at a retreat, you have this interaction with me. And I am working with your energy field and with your heart and your mind and your chakras and your soul and your spirit guides. And I see and sense all of them as is optimal. And so I'm like having a spiritual advisor who's a seer, an oracle, and I see what's blocking you. I can interpret what you're receiving. I can help you move into a business or away from poverty consciousness into personal empowerment and out of people pleasing. I can move you into a healthy, beautiful body from one that you hate or are burdened by. I can help you in all of these aspects. And it's a co-creative experience. So you are co-creating with yourself. You are co-creating with the universe. You're co-creating with your divine guides, whether you acknowledge them, hear them or not. Please come do my classes with me, because your intuition increases. You start to see and hear your guides, especially the Intuition Summer Camp coming up in July. And right now we're doing Wishes Fulfilled Weekly, Daily Magic. That's also on sale. And then I think we've had to move it to April. We're going to have the Oracle cards. We're going to have some magic classes around things that you can do that are practical, like testing for your truth, like pendulum, or white light healing with the Isis pendulum. Some very good activations. And then the Infinity Light Weaving Energy Medicine School has asked, that's me, but that came up. The dolphins have asked to teach that to you in March in live, and will be probably the main way that that is taught. So these are the things that are coming forward already, that are sprouting already for me. Now, for you, you might have these too. Well, there, I know I want to go to Nan's retreat in March, and her retreat in September, right? End of August, September in Avalon. Yes, yes, you do. Right. So anyway, like, what are the markers that you have out for the year now? Are they still congruent with who you are? Who did you make those decisions with? And those are already things that are partially popping up. But this is your garden. You're planting the seeds in the garden of your mind. The garden of your mind is in the dark moon magic right now. It means you have a lot of loving goddess energy. You have a lot of energy of sinking deep, deep into the emotions. Okay. So the moon is about your emotions. So watch your emotions. And the next few days, you need to be careful. Don't get in fights. Don't get in confrontations. Just step out of situations. Don't try to tell people what to do. Try not to validate yourself. Try not to prove yourself. Do your best to let go of all of that. Walk in your own path. See yourself at the end of the year. So the first thing you're going to do is say, I am the person who has this, and describe your successful year just in the qualities. And there you are standing 1 year from this moment in the end of 2025 saying, yes. It was so amazing. It was so full of love, adventure, healing, possibilities, confidence, uh, success, invitation, new friends, harmony, peace, joy, bliss, alignment, inspiration. I wrote my book. I won an award. I spoke up. I moved away from a house, a relationship, a town, a country, whatever, an area that was not feeding me, nourishing me. Like, what are some of those qualities? Okay. Then you unravel the year, and then you pick your qualities, and you begin to imagine that maybe you have a basket, a golden basket with seeds, glowing white light seeds in it. And you're starting to work your magic and intention over your seeds. These are the seeds of your life. These are the seeds of your soul. They're already there. They're yours. They're like little pockets of beautiful diamond light energies. And they're just there. And you come in now, and it's like, what do you want to do? This is pure potential, pure possibility. Everything is possible. It's possible. Things are happening every day. And so you decide it's possible. Is that your next wish? So you need to take your wishes step by step. I want a lot of money. Well, why do you want the money? Okay. Could we back off and see, do you want some things, and let the money come, and have these things or these feelings or these inspirations or these friendships? Could things come before the money? Could you let go of the money because the money is there? It'll be there in all the quantities you could imagine. But if you force it, push it, chase it, fear it, judge yourself for not having it, for failing, for letting it go, thinking other people have control over you. I've been there, I've done that. Oh my goodness, it does nothing but create more blocks. So unravel the year, look at the qualities that you want. I'm going to have to get a little sip here. Let me just check over here. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Josie. Woo, greetings. You're so welcome. Yes, it's been a year of growth and evolution, right, Josie? Wow. And thank you for all the tools and info. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Sylvia, too. Yes, it's been such a powerful year. And in the past, when we weren't at a higher state of consciousness like we are now. Things moved very slowly. We could have some intense thing happen, and then we would have years to process it. Now we have one intense thing, a day later, another intense thing, 3 weeks later, another intense thing, 2 months later, there's an eclipse, and then the next thing's happened, right? And that's kind of what we're in right now, okay? We're in the acceleration, we're in the rapids. So we talk about rare moments, and we are overall in a rare decade. We're in a rare moment. Now, the transformation that we're in, the transmutation, the evolution, it's going to go a lot longer than 10 years this decade. But this decade, and I talked about it a lot when we started this decade, is the decade of the metamorphosis, the grand societal reset. And we're right in the thick of it. Okay. We're going into 2025. 2020 was the beginning. We know some of the crazy stuff that happened. Think about each year how the energies have picked up, how we all just thought, how could a pandemic happen? How could this horror happen? We're never going to survive it. People were freaking out. They were traumatized. And we ended up coming out of it strong, resilient, understanding better what we want. I don't want to go at a job anymore. I have more freedom to do this. I don't need to do this way of education. It was actually a door to freedom. It was a form of boot camp to give us strength, resilience, and more. That's happening over and over, right? Then we've had this thing, that thing, the next thing. So let's look at some of the more of the moon energies. So first you're going to unravel, then you're going to pick your qualities. Now, when you're looking at these luminous seeds for this year, you're going to think about the fact that perhaps a fear comes up. Let's just be real. Perhaps a fear comes up. Perhaps something pops up and says, what if you don't do it right? What if you miss the opportunity? I'm telling you mine and some of my clients, but what if you don't have the time? What if you haven't done everything you were supposed to do? And whatever else. Okay. So I want you to become very, very, very aware of that poor girl voice, because you are divine and you are human. And the human part of you is split into these multiple personalities that are full of fear or guilt or shame or whatever. Okay. And it's not necessarily there. They could be full of pride. They could be full of using powers in the wrong way because you feel like they were used against you. And you're going to realize very soon it just comes back at you. So don't do that, right? Turn around and start to create a beautiful life and let the people who align with your frequency join it. You don't need to tell anybody what to do. Okay. Like I said, outside of obviously, if somebody is doing something in that moment, excuse me, off my property, right? Oh my gosh, a little rhyme my kids used to know just popped in my head. Oh my goodness, that's really strange. Okay, so now you're looking at your seeds. I want you to think about in the daily magic class. I'm coming through with a lot more information than I thought, so it's coming out a little slower. However, I'm allowing, the universe is really begging me. They're just going, please, just let it come out, because it's turning into a really beautiful. I would say introduction to magic, but it's not for newbies either. It's not just for people who've never heard of this. It's like, let's pull together so many things, because sometimes you take a course or you read a book and it's all about one thing. And that's great. Learn that one thing. But your life is a blend of everything, every day, every minute. And I get up and I'm doing light weaving and activating and breath work and talking to my spirit guides and communicating with the spirit guides. And we went for an incredible walk on the beach this morning because it's the new moon, so the tide is way, 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 way out. We got to walk in the soft sands, and we've had the most epic shell experiences, which is mermaid treasures to me. And so there's this moment is of an opportunity to let this come up and then release it. Okay. So now I want to talk about another aspect before we go to the next steps, and then we'll do it together. Okay. Don't worry. The other aspects of this are that Mars and Pluto. Pluto is a power planet. Let's just face it. This is a powerhouse. And we tend to really talk about Saturn a lot because Saturn is strong. Saturn is the Um, Most people call Saturn the taskmaster or the karmic master, and I've completely changed my opinion on that because I have a ton of Saturn and I cannot get away from Saturn. So um, I said, what is your gift and strength? How are you trying to help me? And that helps. Pluto is the idea of cycles of life. This is the underworld. This is things need to die so new things can be born. You can't go to the next level of consciousness, wealth, or happiness if you keep the old identity of who you are or the old relationships that don't respect you okay? So this is part of the new moon and the beginning of the new year is letting stuff go. And we haven't even gotten yet to the divine mother serpent who is going to really help us shed. I've been working with sacred serpent snake energy for about 9 years now, eight years now. And it's truly some of the most loving, transformational, empowering energy. This is Kundalini. This is life force energy. This is growth energy. This is creation energy. And it's done very closely with earth. Okay, so earth magic, earth energies, creating in concert with the shells. This is one of my beautiful little shells from recently. And, you know, the crystals. And this is a little malachite prosperity frog and the spirit beings. And we'll just say hi to our dragon. So when you are going into a moon, a year like this, that's going to have so much leaving behind, and Mars is opposing Pluto. When something opposes something, it's like a fight, it's a battle. It's like, you know, someone literally jumping in front of you on the sidewalk and saying, ha, let's fight. We're fighting now. And you're like, what? No, I don't want to fight. What's this all about? So Mars is about action and Pluto is about letting go, letting something die so something can be reborn. So where is that a battle in your life? Where can you take that energy and use that wisdom and say, maybe there's an internal battle I'm not aware of. Maybe it's really obvious going on around me. Maybe if I ponder it a little bit, it'll come forward. But are you being opposed or blocked? I guess it is blocked, but it's really more opposed, actively opposed to the actions you're trying to take or you wish you would take. Are you saying, gosh, I wish I'd done that. 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 Or I wanted to do that. And then you just carry around feeling guilty. You didn't do it. Let that shit go. Okay. All the requirements you put on yourself are ludicrous for starters, and you don't have to live up to them. So just start throwing them out of the mind right now, okay? And come to wishes fulfilled. So now you have an action, you want to take action. And Pluto says, fine, but first that has to be let go. So take a moment right now because we're going to go into our process in a moment and think about what is in my life that has to go, that has to be let go. Okay. What is in my life in terms of my self identity, my relationships, the way I think of myself, my money? Maybe there's a job or a car or a house or just giving yourself more time during the day. It doesn't matter what it is. What needs to die so that you can take this forward action into the next year? Okay, so obviously that can go pretty deep. That's a pretty deep inquiry. So now that you've opened that door, you're going to just notice that things will pop up to you, okay, as you go through your day. And you're just to notice, you're not to judge any of it, because you're stepping out. If you're going to walk with me, you're stepping out of being all that negative shit. You're just not doing it anymore. You're stepping through this portal. You're getting cleansed. You're being unhooked. You're going to move into a new world. Let's just leave it behind. Okay. So we have the Mars, and then we have Chiron. Chiron is an asteroid. It just went yesterday. Yes, yesterday. It went direct. So it's been in retrograde since July. And Chiron is called the wounded healer. And many, many people have heard of it, even people who don't know much about astrology. I certainly did way before I started studying astrology. And because it's very tied to some Greek mythology, some of the gods, the healing gods, the teacher of the healing god. And all the ideas that you are not broken, nothing can be taken from you, no one can do anything from you that makes you unworthy, you're divine. And even if you have had so much happen to you, you are unable to fix it, let's say. Okay. So this is his story, that he was kind of like heroes and heroines, that's what we are, went into a body and given these tasks to do, these great things to do. And all these difficulties beset him, and pain constantly in the body, just all kinds of stuff, just a big pile. Okay. And finally, after living this painful life, feeling wounded, feeling not good enough, struggling with his pain, struggling with why me? Why am I always cursed? Why has nothing happened for me? Why can't I be free to run? Why am I not? Sound familiar? The gods decided that they would help, because they were, the ones that gave him these tasks, these opportunities. And they, for some reason in the story, could not relieve him of his pain, could not fix all of his wounds. They were even unable to do it. So whatever reason you want to go into around that, I have a whole thing going, ooh, well, that's because, right? He's still holding on to that identity inside. However, what's the point is that they made him a god, and they said, you are divine. And it didn't stop his pain. It didn't make him perfect. It didn't take away his wounds. It didn't make anything like, oh, now you can walk and now you look like, Fabio, and you have, like you have all this stuff. It wasn't that way. It was, it's the story says that despite your challenges, despite how hard you've had it, despite that, even if the gods themselves cannot make it right the way you think it should be right, you are divine. And that was not just they made him divine, they reminded him he was divine. And you are being reminded that you are divine. So that energy is a very strong guide. And what's a wounded healer? All healers, if you are actively in a role of being a healer, being a mom is being a healer in my opinion, but if you're being a healer, or in any form of any service or any job you do, if you are serving, you can decide, are you doing it from love? Are you doing it from power? Are you doing it from generating beauty and gifting people joy and seeing them? Or are you doing it from anger? Are you doing it from resentment? Are you doing it from poverty? Okay, you're creating your life, period, end of story. So just the way that he was creating his life by constantly struggling and looking at his limits and living inside of his pain and playing with it and defining himself by it, when he was finally rose up and asked for help, he was reminded, you are divine. So you can walk in that body and in that life and remember you're divine. So being in retrograde means that the last 6 months or so, right, since July, We've had an inner healing perspective, a more past healing, reviewing our healing, looking at things that were going. And with Chiron moving direct now, this is only the first day after the movement. There's a bit of a hang like this, and then a big breath. So we're almost in that big breath, and we're going to start to flow forward. That means that the wounded healer, the divine part of you that is divine and capable of anything at all, it's possible, regardless of what you've experienced, is going to be moving forward out into this world. Okay? What can you let go of? What needs to die? And how can you accept your divinity despite everything? This goes to one of the principles I'm teaching right now, which is you have to learn to be indifferent to what your five senses tell you. Well, my hip hurts. I can't walk more than this far. Well, there's only this much money in my bank account. Those are two examples of what your senses tell you is true. That's okay. That's one of billions upon trillions of possible realities you could be living in this moment. Is it the one you want? Don't fight for your limitations. Don't keep saying, but I can't, but this, but that. Go and start seeing yourself walking. Start seeing your bank account full, or better yet, seeing yourself doing the thing, having the thing, being the thing you want, and not knowing how the hell the money comes anyway, because it will. Okay. All right. So let's think through now. Where are we? Do we have any other major energies for the moon? I think that's our main thing. Be prepared to change is something I know Donna said last week. So I feel very intrigued before that. Here's something she said that I want to repeat, and then we'll drop into our process. And I want you to take a few minutes to keep writing about this now. Share with me anything that's coming up for you, anything that you want anyone else to see or you want to be a part of. Now, take some actions. This is the 30th. Tomorrow's the 31st. That's New Year's Eve day. The 1st is New Year's Day. This is like walking onto a threshold. Okay. And then crossing that threshold, but you're still on the threshold, you know? So take some actions today and tomorrow that you want to be a part of your life next year. Do you want to write a book next year? Write 2 sentences of your book. Do you want to anything? Okay, you see, get the energy moving. Do you want a clear, clean home? Smudge it, clear it, put things away, just set them aside. Do you want to have more time to yourself? Then take time to yourself. Make a choice in the next 2 days that tells yourself, this year, I'm going to be making choices like this. See if you can fill your next 2 days full of goodies and things you can do that would you love, that will then be you also imprinting, because you're doing it, you're feeling it, you're thinking it, you're saying it, you're touching it. You can imprint this into this. Yes, I love this. More of this, please. Thank you for this. And then on New Year's Day, do something, because it's the first, the start, the day, the beginning. Just think about that energy. Don't try to start a list of resolutions. In fact, don't even write them, okay? Wait a few weeks until we get to the Chinese New Year. Let all the energies that are rolling around right now be in them, sit in them. Use this instead to start imagining the life you want, imagining how you want to feel. If that's all, I just want to feel peaceful. I want to feel safe. I want to feel happy. I want to feel whatever. And start there, develop that, get that going in the next few weeks so that when the Chinese New Year comes, you're going to have the strength for the dragon to deliver you to the divine mother serpent. And then the fun begins. So, something else that I feel is important to bring up right now is that all these energies come and they might sound, well, this is a challenge. So get ready. And yes, they say, don't fight with people. Don't get irritated. Don't let your emotions, okay, they're in the dark right now. That means you're not sure of your emotions, or maybe the ones that you've suppressed into the dark might be rolling up in the moon energies. Okay. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that you don't want to react to them, drag them with you, and make decisions based on them. Give them time to flow through you before you even decide what it means. Don't just take an emotion and react to it and then inject it into your life and start being crabby to people or whatever. I used to do this. It's not a good idea. It does not create what you want. It does not show that you are the master of your reality and the manifester who can handle having the secrets of the universe delivered to you, and they're ready, they're waiting. There's lines of delivery men. Wow, that's right. I did a private session, and it was one of the things that started with was these lines that would just of these little people, this person, they had a name, standing holding a big tray in front of them with one of those giant silver things that go over fancy food, right? And you pull it off the platter, and they're holding it up as if like handing this gift to you, and just one after the other, just duplicated off into the distance, and then another and another and another. Energetically, what does that mean? Oh my goodness, lines and lines and lines of light beings and whatever lined up to deliver her exactly what she wants. She can pick and choose. It's there on a platter. Very profound message. Very profound message, right? So, um, the universe comes with lessons and gifts. There's a strength and a power and a challenge. And when you walk into the challenge, you know that it's a doorway, that it's a gift, that it's a medicine, then and that you have what you need to walk into it. You get the gift because you accept the lesson. And that lesson might be something you're like, thank God I did that. Like, my life is so much easier now that I'm not dragging that around with me. And I didn't know that it was time to leave it, or I didn't know, I thought I had completed that, but didn't know I was still carrying it around, in my heart or my mind or something. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a moment to get your ideas together, and then we will dive into whatever process the divine would like to bring through me. And I'm going to give you a moment while I get something to drink. Okay, good. So, if anybody wants to share, you can or ask anything. And we're going to go ahead and dive into a little new moon, new year, black moon ceremony. And I just want to share my mug. This is my new favorite mug. Kitties, stars floating on a cloud that say believe with a heart. I love this so much. Little hearts and stars and kitties and happiness. And this is my life. And I went through a phase in my life where I thought I had literally lost my innocence, meaning I could never be happy again. I felt so traumatized by everything in life and just didn't believe that there was any way to unlearn it, that it had tainted me forever. And I was never going to feel joy or pure bliss or happiness or possibility ever again, that I would be burdened with that. So for some reason, I'm sharing that with you. And if you have that, or you have had that, or you're coming out of that, I can promise you and guarantee you it's so much easier than you could imagine. And nothing means what you thought it meant, especially about you. You're more divine, beautiful, special, powerful than you can imagine. And no one can take that from you. So anything you feel has been taken from you through cruelty or abuse, self, or by others, is not really gone. It's not taken. And it might be that you're somewhere where you feel impossible to break free. I'm here to tell you, you can break free, and it isn't going to require breaking anything except for your bonds to that identity and the power you've given it. So I'm sending you deep blessings to know that there is nothing that is dead that you need, and everything can be renewed, rejuvenated, resurrected, redesigned. You live in an infinite flow of a divine universe that's never ending. There's never no end, and infinite possibilities, and you're here to play in them. So today, through this portal, give yourself freedom in whatever way that freedom is most tangible in your life right now. Thank you. All right. Here we go. 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 We enter the sacred new moon temple on this black moon, on the threshold of the end of 2024, year of the dragon, and the threshold of the beginning of 2025, the year of the serpent. We now are here with our allies. We acknowledge the sacred temple of light above and below us, perfectly balancing us between the worlds. I am the light. I am the light. There is no darkness that is me. I am the light. I am the light. I enter this portal in the light, leaving behind the burdens, the heaviness, and all that no longer serves me, my highest good, my creativity, my empowerment, my wealth, happiness, freedom, and health. We call on fire, south, red. We ask these divine frequencies, energies, these medicines to come to us now. Light the fire of our passion, light our path back to our truth. Show us over and over that our spirit is invincible, that we are eternal, and that we are ready to rise from the ashes. We call on North Earth with this sacred copal. We call on Earth through this obsidian. Protection and grounding, foundation and love, life. Surround us with your love. Bring us this beautiful energy. Of manifesting into form. Receive now a beautiful piece of obsidian, this gorgeous black stone, to be your guide, protector, clearing darkness within you and around you from the mind, body, heart, from the environment. It is gifted into your etheric body. You are asked to place it in your thymus. Your thymus is the gland of your heart chakra, just below your throat and here. As you receive this, receive the blessing and the message from this black moon, black stone. We call to water, west, blue, from oceans to wells. We ask that the waters of the world purify our mind, body, emotions, our past, present, and future, our ancestors, our finances, our beliefs and mindsets. Purify, cleanse, rejuvenate, release, rehydrate our divine selves, our spiritual path, our knowing within. Receive this download. Now the water pours in from so many places. It begins to go through the waters of your body, and you find that you are floating on a beautiful river. The river enters a cave. You float along effortlessly. The waters are soft, the perfect temperature, soothing, buoyant, holding you. You can see, sense, and feel the elementals, the nymphs, the water spirits in these beautiful divine feminine devas of water. They bring you deeper and deeper into this dark cave, but you feel nothing but ease, grace, beauty. You float along, you're guided, you're nourished. You feel as if everything is taken care of. Darker and darker you enter. Now, the deepest and darkest part of your emotions. You feel the strength of Capricorn with you. You feel ready. I can take on anything. I am ready to succeed. I'm going to take this one step at a time. You feel as if you are delivered onto a shore and you walk forward. In this deep darkness, you can barely even see your feet. There's deep stillness. What do you smell? What do you hear? What do you feel? There is a conch shell. You see and sense it at your feet. You pick it up and you put it to your ear. You know how you did as a child and you could hear the ocean, could hear the waves. But now this is a messenger. It is a messenger from 1 year from now. It's like a phone call. Pick it up, put it to your ear, hear, feel, sense, feel all of your senses connecting to your future self and downloading the messages, the wisdom, the tools, the ideas, like a care package from the future. Now it is time for air. It's time for your first breath, for you to take a fresh breath. You see the golden basket of your seeds. They're in this glowing light basket. They seem to have changed, perhaps color, size, or shape, since you first began to think about them. Decide what you want to put in them. Like an ancient memory within you, you lift the conch shell to your lips. The pointed end is cut open. You blow powerfully into the end. An exquisite horn sound comes out, floats across this dark space, seems to be a blanket of light, opening a portal. You enter it and walk over to your seeds. I unravel 2024, releasing all the challenges, fears, and things I gave meaning to, of negativity, of any energies, thoughts, mind, body, that still hold burdens, force, energies, all unserving, all impairing, all those energies in any form that exhaust, drain, or wear me down, that take and do not give, that operate in guilt, blame, shame, anger, craving, wishing, victimhood. I unravel with gratitude and grace. I understand everything happened for a reason, even if I don't know why. And I now free me, free everyone, and free the energies from anything they're locked into based on me, my belief, my ideas, my self image. Now you notice as the energies start to unlock and unsnap and unhook, it's like a wave moves back over the last year, and you see and feel it, a wave of light and love. And you can see your fairies of the universe or your angels or your spirit guides all flowing with it. They seem to be flowing, having so much fun, unhooking and releasing, and everything becomes an enormous wave of energy. And now it goes over the edge. 2024 is complete. This wave of energy falls as if over a long, 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 deep, 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 deep waterfall. And you feel yourself free, weightless, floating, pure potential and possibility around you. And now the gifts of wisdom, the gems, the beauty, the strength, the healings, all that you gained that is for your highest good and benefit from this last year, now begin to pour into you through the blackness, gathering power like gems that hold power. They pour into you. As you receive them, you start to see and sense the qualities that you are ready and willing to embody this next year. Oh, I see myself. I'm calm and present in any situation. I'm unflustered. I trust and know that the answer is always there. I release judgment, and all the negativity simply just seems to be repelled and flow off of me. I'm in harmony and flow with my greatest good, and I know that divine intelligence is working through me in every moment. I feel that sense of trust that I have someone to guide me, to lean on, and yet I can run forward and be free, feel strong and ready, shed the old, imagining freer and lighter and more possibilities. You feel and sense these qualities as you slide out of everything that no longer supports you, like the dead husk pulled off of an ear of corn, and you're now holding this ear of corn, beautiful, filled with seeds of golden light and richness. Corn revered as the source of life, spirit, the seeds that are planted in this year. They shine with light, and you begin to hold it. You say, yes, I shed the old. I accept the lesson. I walk through this darkness, And I know that I am the one who has the answers, and you pour that over your seeds. And I know I am the one that has this joyous year. I float and flow with miracles and magic. Joy is always there. Everything is possible, and I know it. I remember it, and I embody it. And I celebrate it now with me 1 year today. And we pour our elixir of wisdom, the future me that knows how I got there, the me now that is open and choosing and imagining the possibilities. And we watch as these seeds begin to glow and grow. And now, an opening into the underworld. You pick up your basket and you go down, 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 down. Thank you, Pluto, for taking away that which is dead, no longer serves us, bringing us here to this place of true rebirth, planting our seeds in the womb of the Divine Mother, in the womb of my body and my mind and my soul and my spirit, in this black moon full of magic, in this new year full of possibility and potential. And now we ask the dragon, our sacred divine guide, all this year to come and curl up around our seeds, to protect them and love them, fill them full of rich, abundant, nourishing energies, full of light and love. Nestle up with your seeds, your dragon, and all of your guides in this dark, magical place. And enter your dream. It is done. Your emotions are clear. Your mind is open, calm, inspired. Your heart and your body are light, strong. You feel centered, poised, focused, ready. I am that I am. And this is the year that these seeds come to fruition. And I am ready to be the person who can receive them, find them, increase my capacity, accept my divinity, choose my happiness and my prosperity. And in this moment, I give great thanks and bathe all that was and will be, and everything in this now moment with divine gratitude. As you allow this to complete its download, its infusion into your mind and your chakras, understand it's going to keep infusing into you. You keep receiving it. You keep co-creating with it. Dream with it. Sleep with it. Imagine these energies. Go here, remember, and know that these seeds are well tended, well guarded, well nourished, because you have chosen in this moment to consciously choose, accept, allow, respect, and value your own desires, your heart's desires, regardless of what anyone has ever told you, are there because you are here to manifest them. They are not dreams that were given to you so you could suffer. Don't listen to anyone who says that or anything like that. And allow yourself to choose again and again in every moment how you wish for your future, how you wish for that moment to be. Don't leave it to chance. Don't hope. Don't ignore it. In this power moment now, you can bless these seeds. And over the next few days and over the next few weeks, you can imagine blessing yourself. So as we close, thank you for spending this New Year moment with me. Hi, Britt. Calling forward the most inspiring and abundant timeline where all my desires and passions are met with no shit receiving, worthy and confident to receive. I am. Awesome. So when you go from calling something forward, right, you go then into inside of it. So it's out there. Ooh, I want it. Good. Now, do I really want it? Yes. Here's what it is. Juicy, like Brittany just described. And then she's going to step into it. I called it forth. I've conjured it. It is here. I enter it. And you stay in there in every possible way as you function in your reality now until it is the only reality around you. So I see Brittany walking, inspired. With every step, her desires and passions are flowing from her and being reflected back to her with multiple doors opening, possibilities, people, all kinds of doors. It's almost ridiculous. They're opening behind each other because she's walking. She's an excellent receiver. She's walking. I am worthy and confident, poised, walking with ease and grace. I open with every breath and receive my desires. I receive the guidance, the synchronicities, the paths. Everything is in flow. She's going to be in the flow of everything: abundance, inspiration, passions, and desires, worthy and confident of receiving them. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So beautiful. So our copal has kept going. I put it out 3 times, so we clearly need a lot of that. Thank you. That was really beautiful. So I would love it if you would share that and if you would repeat that, and especially this part where we went together. It was very fun to watch, to be the vessel for that information to come through in that way. Because as a teacher, I love to find different ways to describe things, to explain things, to trigger an aha, to awaken something inside of you where you go, oh, I get it. Because I've had stuff I read for decades and I didn't get it until I heard it in a certain way. I was in the right place in the right moment. So you're in a moment of pop, 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 and you're in this deep emotional moment. I do want to remind everybody, please don't get pulled into any fights. Don't get pulled into any antagonistic energies. This is an important little cocoon time as we cross this threshold to have the energies you want in the new year. And the emotions in the dark will be affecting everybody differently. So if you have your emotions and you need to feel them or cry or write them or go outside and yell a little bit or something, do that. Don't take on other people's emotions. And you can see and feel yourself calm, and that calm radiating out to them and to everyone else. Okay, thank you, everybody. I hope I see you in the wishes class. I hope that you have a beautiful and blessed New Year's, and that I want to thank you because you and I are walking a path, or we wouldn't be here together at this moment. And I'm very pleased and honored that you're in this path with me. It tells me a lot of wonderful things about you. And for me, I get great joy getting to not just do all of this by myself, like right? Just wonderful life, all this talking to spirit. Then I get to be with you. I get to see what happens for you. We get to share, we get to celebrate. So thank you so much. And everything has a cycle. So the endings and beginnings are going to keep going. And Our dragon energies, I do feel like some dragon messages might want to come through. Our dragon energies are going to be with us for sure for a few more weeks. So if there's something you would really like from the most powerful part, of course, you can always access dragon energies, but this is the last few weeks. So they're most powerful when it starts and when it ends. So that's another fun thing to do. Thanks, everybody. Namaste. Bye bye.